Southern Arizona will be taking over Charlotte, North Carolina this Friday night. One of our very own is being inducted into the NASCAR Hall of Fame. News 4 Tucson's very own David Kelly joins us with more on the biggest night of Hershel McGriff's life.
Hey, thanks, Paul. They are the dominant racing family in Southern Arizona, the McGriffs, and now their patriarch is receiving the sport of NASCAR's highest honor.
I just got off the bike and I pulled my phone out and I looked. I still get emotional. Bill Martin, he says, "You made it to the Hall of Fame."
Hershel McGriff is going into the NASCAR Hall of Fame as a pioneer of the sport, a self-proclaimed car guy who answered an ad about a stock car race in Oregon right after the end of World War II.
I borrowed my dad's car, a 40 Hudson, which is the ugliest thing ever.
The 17-year-old finished 13th, and a career was born. After winning the 1950 Pan American Cross Country Road Race in Mexico, McGriff met the legendary founder of NASCAR, Bill France Sr., who invited him and his 1950 Oldsmobile to race at Darlington, South Carolina.
I got in that car, I drove to Darlington, finished ninth, and I drove it back home.
If you can imagine that, I couldn't even imagine driving one of them big tuna boats.
If you wrecked, you were kind of screwed, but you'd drive them back home.
Now, there's no freeways then.
McGriff drove across country to race in 2 Daytona 500s. He won 4 times on the Cup circuit. Describe what it was like to watch him race in a Cup ring.
He always got out of the car and was the guy that had the least amount of sweat on him. Looked like he put in the least amount of work and got the maximum results.
McGriff won a championship in NASCAR's Winston West Series. Not bad for what is known as a weekend race car driver.
I never did run for point. I just went and ran where I wanted to run. You know, I was a weekend racer. I always worked. During the week, we went back to work.
What's the key to great driving? I mean, you've been around this thing, you've seen a lot of guys, you've driven. Well, what's the key to being a great stock car racer?
Aggressive. Be aggressive, I guess. I was always aggressive. And what's funny, I still feel like I can do it. It's in my head.
The real work Hershel mentioned was owning a lumber yard in Oregon and then selling mining equipment here in Southern Arizona. In 1998, he was named one of NASCAR's 50 greatest drivers of all time. Next stop, Charlotte, North Carolina.